Kwesi, do you have any prophet friends?
Yesterday, in the wake of all these things, I told my own personal story. My office in Kokobembe Freedom Center, I was sitting there one day, and I was told that somebody was looking for me. I said, bring him in. Wow! 3-piece suit, shining shoes.
With perfume.
Briefcase and all.
Perfume.
So this guy walks into my office, I give him a chair. And then he says, well, he's seen something about me. Somewhere on the Medina Road, he saw me running. And some people were chasing me with guns, And then there was a big pool of water in front of me, and I jumped into the pool of water.
And you drowned.
And crocodiles started coming from the water. So I was sitting there watching this man. So when he finished, I said, gentlemen, when was the last time you went to a hospital? He said, oh, it's been a very long time. I said, no, stop your story. Take a taxi and rush to the nearest hospital to check for high fever. Because I'm convinced that what you're saying, high fever, straight. That's more than 20 years ago. I'm sitting here. No crocodile has chopped my leg. Nobody has shot me anywhere. Many of these people, they are sick. They need medical attention urgently. But fortunately for them, there are people like my brother here.
Was he dressed like this?
Oh, Charlie, I don't want to comment on this guy's dressing. Hey! So the guy got up, his legs were so heavy he couldn't move. I told him to hurry and leave my office. He needs urgent medical attention, high fever. That's my personal experience. But wow, why do you people embarrass us like this? You embarrass us. Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana achieved the distinguished notoriety of being perhaps the first country in the world to set up an office in the presidency to review prophecies. Moro, how do you review a prophecy? You call God and say, God, did you tell Prophet Atachia that this is going to happen? How do you review prophecy? Show me how you review prophecy.
It's to facilitate the transmission of the prophecy.
That's not reviewing.
Okay.
How do you review prophecy? This level of, and I have to be very careful with my choice of words. How do you review prophecy? Somebody comes to you and says, oh, I was eating fufu and rice soup. And then all of a sudden, I saw Moro's face in my rice soup. And this is a message from God. I said, you're going to review that. How are you going to review that? You call God? What is this? Unbelievable. You understand? So this whole concept of reviewing prophet, what is it about? Look, how is this different from the headman in the hamlet, whose every decision is guided by the juju man? How is this different? Tell me, you were saying that we can equate African traditional religious practice with Christianity and so on. If you go to the hamlet, the chief, if there's a flood, he will call the juju man there, the chief fetish priest, to come and explain why the flood occurred. Ally?
Yes.
Yes. If there's abundant harvest, the chief priest will come and tell you, how is this different from that practice? Show me how this is different from that practice.
One is an explanation, the other is a review.
And listen to me very carefully. That guy, whatever his name is, that guy, who said that he saw something about Umani Buama.
Yes.
And tried, he couldn't get to Umani Buama.
Yes.
God, of all the 32 million people in Ghana, identified him and gave him a message for Umani Buama, but God forgot to show him how to get to Umani Buama. What nonsense is that? Can you believe it? What kind of God is that? That he knows Umani Buama is going to die through a helicopter crash. And then of all the 32 million people, he selects a particular guy and gives him the message. And God forgot to show him how to get to Umani Buama. And you believe this trash? Please, let's wake up small. Let's begin to use our brains. You think that our brains are in our heads for nothing? The guy comes to tell you this cock and bull story and you believe it. And you actually set up an office to review this. How are you going to review this? Oh, Master, what is this? And then yesterday, some of them started making claims. That, okay, we agree. We will submit our prophecies, but you have to pay our transportation,
Then the challenge.
Now you have to pay our transportation. God didn't give you transportation. God who sent you didn't give you transportation. It's the Ghanaian taxpayers' money who should be used to pay for your transportation. One of them was even asking for a car. Give me a car so that it is easier for me to come to the Flagstaff house to give you my prophecy so that you... And the statement which was issued, he said the prophecy should be submitted formally. How do you formally submit a prophecy? I mean, you type it on letterhead. How do you formally submit a prophecy? What is the difference between informal submission of a prophecy and a formal submission of a prophecy? What nonsense is this? Are you crazy? You think that all of us in Ghana, we are mad, we are crazy. What is this? Treat us with a little respect. If you are dealing with us, assume that there's some small brain matter in our head and stop playing with us like this. Formal submission of prophecy. The formal one is by email.
Yes.
Or WhatsApp.
Yes.
Or there's a special form to fill.
TikTok.
What is this? You understand? You are supporting. You understand what you do.
Kwesi, I've talked about the review, and I also talked about
my friend,
this naturally.
What is formal submission of prophecy?
And I was saying that, Moro, if Kwesi heard me well,
Yes.
as a prophecy delivery, it's face to face.
Yes.
It's not through electronic means.
Yes.
So God will give you the prophecy.
No, I've
and
told
not
you.
give you the opportunity to face deliver.
Kwesi,
And then you go already and you start
the
complaining.
gifts, we have several gifts.
God has said he didn't give you pocket money to take transport to go.
Those are the charlatans.
And then you are coming to me for pocket
Those
money
are the
to take
charlatans.
transport to go and deliver it.
Those are the
And
charlatans.
the whole government sets up a machinery for this foolishness. What is this? Master, let's move on and forget this foolishness. It's too much. I mean, look, show the citizens some respect. Show us some respect. Election time. One prophet says that dole, NDC will win. Another prophet, dole, NPP will win. How many gods are there in the world? How many gods? The same God, the same Christian God. In one breath, he says NPP will win. In another breath, he says NDC will win. Let me tell you another story. You know Nino, the pilot?
Yes.
He used to be an MP, I think somewhere in Tema.
Yes.
Tema Central.
Tema Central,
Yes.
And he told me a fantastic story. He was going to contest elections, and one of these prophets got to him and said, look, God says he has 30,000 votes for you.
Okay.
But you have to do something to gain the 30,000 votes. It won't come to you automatically. You have to strip naked and run around the Bible runabout 3 times.
Jericho wall.
You know Ninoy?
Yes.
Just imagine Ninoy
He comes on a
and
show
his size. Ninoy and his size. Stripping naked and ran the roundabout 3 times for votes. Madness! This is what you are setting up a secretariat to review. To review what? This madness? I will tell you another story. What is this madness? Listen, my brother. I contested parliamentary elections in 1986.
Okay.
And one of my friends...
92 or 86?
86, I think.
86.
One of my friends, who was also contesting the election somewhere in Accra, one of the constituencies, I won't mention. At dawn, there's a knock on my door. So I opened the door. Is this my friend, parliamentary candidate? He's wearing this huge white gown. I said, my brother, we have to win this election, so. I said, yes, I know, and that's why we are campaigning, you know. He said, stop the campaign. There's an easier way of winning the elections. So I said, what is the easier way of winning the elections? He said, there is some special malam, Charlie. If you go and see the malam, he will write some things on a board and he will wash it with holy water and put it in a gallon. And everywhere you go, you carry the gallon. Then you'll be drinking the water. You will win the election hands down. So I looked at this guy. I said, are you normal? He said, oh, you don't believe me? Okay, I'm going and so on. And he left. Do you know that on the day of the election, he was so sick that he was in hospital. He couldn't survive and he lost photo. Because that water he was drinking nearly killed him. Look, use your brain small. If you use your brain small, you will survive this stupidity. Unbelievable. Master, you see these politicians, you know. I want you to tell your own stories. Master, you know something. Election time. These people sometimes you call honorable and excellencies and so on. Most of them are charlatans. Do you know what they do?
What did they do?
They come and tell them that, look, you have to bury a cow alive. You have to win this election. The only way is to buy a cow alive. And they will go and buy cows. How cows suffer in elections? And bury them alive. And lose the elections. Next election, they will go and bury another one. How can't you think? Huh? There's one story I can't tell.
Which one is that?
I was going to tell a story, I can't tell. It happened somewhere in Tamale during the election campaign.
Okay.
But those who were there will remember it.
Right.
Horrible story. Horrible story. How cows suffer. Animals who somehow get the color white. Elections are very dangerous for them because they bury them alive all the time.
Okay.
Stupid people posing as leaders. And they come and tell you they construct roads and so on. They don't believe that your needs are the things they are going to pursue. They are going to bury cows to win elections. What is this?
Okay.
This is the level we have attained. The level we have attained is this. And prominent citizens, people we respect, holding very high positions as well, they come and tell us, oh, why are you doubting? It's true. True is what? What is true? What is true? You remember Jesus Christ of Joel?
Yes.
Do you remember Jesus Christ of Joel? That's what he will take to Flagstaff House for review. The man who said that if you take your bath straight away, you are going to hell. And that God doesn't like people who take their bath. You remember?
Yes.
You don't have to take your bath. You don't have to cut your hair. You don't have to brush your teeth and so on. Jesus Christ of Joel, you remember? So how is Jesus Christ of Joel going to submit this formally to the office of what? The office of the special envoy for something economical and so on and so on. Oh, what is that? Let's be serious. Let's be serious. Look at where other countries have reached. Look at where other countries have reached. Last week, another planetary system was completely discovered. And there's speculation that it may hold answers to many of the health problems that we have and so on. People are applying science, they are going to the moon and so on. Even Nigeria has built a satellite. We are setting up offices to evaluate prophecies. Formal submission and review of prophecy. What is wrong with you people?
All right. So you just heard Prophet Kwesi Pratt.
Hey, my friend,
And
I
we're
beg you.
taking a prophetic break. We'll be right back.
What is wrong with you people?